everyone, it's James.
And Stephanie.
And if you look at the March 2022 issue of RV Magazine, which should be on newsstands now, you will find my article, Get Ready to Roll, where I provide you with a checklist of items that you can run through to make sure that your RV is ready to go for that first camping trip of the season.
And good timing because it's spring and we're all looking forward to our spring RV trips.
Right, but even if you don't put your RV away for the winter.
Yeah, like us. We just got back from a winter ski trip.
That's right. Even if you RV year-round,
Yeah.
it's a good idea to run through a systems checklist like this once a year or so.
Yeah, I like to consider it our annual checkup for the RV.
Right. Now, the list is actually pretty extensive. There are about 30 different steps
Yep.
in the checklist.
But don't let that discourage you because most of the steps are really short and easy and some of them are even kind of fun.
That's what we tell ourselves. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through some of those steps right now here on camera so you can see it's not really all that hard. It doesn't have to take all that long. Are you ready to get going?
Okay, but is one of those steps to wash the RV because number one is a hot mess right now.
Perhaps one of the steps
Okay.
is to wash it, but does that have to be mine? Come on, let's go.
All right, here's an easy thing to check. You want to check to make sure all your lights are working. So your turn signals, your headlights, your running lights, your hazards. You can do this alone, but it really does help if you have an assistant or an RV valet. Okay, James, right turn signal. And let's do
Check.
headlights.
What?
Headlights.
Check.
Left turn signals.
Yes.
Told you this would be fun.
Yes.
Right. Left. Back. Brakes.
Oh, come on. Tire and wheel checks are going to be some of the most important safety checks you can do. So now at each tire, you're going to want to give it a good looking over. So you're looking for bubbles in the sidewall, tread separation, uneven wear. I can't tell you exactly what that looks like, but you'll know it when you see it. You're going to want to check each tire. So you're checking for uneven wear or any oddness. Then, interesting fact, most motorhome tires or RV tires in general will age out before they wear out. Think about it. It's not like your daily driver where you're putting lots of miles on it every day. You use it occasionally. So the tires will get old and the rubber will degrade before they'll actually wear out. The way you check this is with this DOT code. You should find it on your tire. Here's this one, DOT, blah, 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 and then 4 numbers, in this case, 4419. That means this tire was manufactured in the 44th week of 2019. So it's 2.5 years old-ish. So we're still good. You should probably replace your tires on your RV after 7 years or so. Next, you're going to want to check your lug nut torque, and I've got a torque wrench here for doing just that. And then you're also going to want to inflate each tire to the proper pressure.
Once your batteries are back online, you want to make sure you check your 12-volt fuse panel to see if you have any fuses that are blown or missing. Ours is right here. And ours, when we have a blown fuse, will have a really bright LED light, a red light that shines. But if you have a panel that doesn't have lights that let you know you have a blown fuse, you all know what a fuse looks like. Just check your fuses. And if there's, in the loop part, if it looks blown or there's a gap, then you know you need to replace that fuse. And while you're checking out the 12-volt system, it's a good time to check all your 12-volt lights, make sure they're working, and replace any bulbs that need to be replacing. And also you want to check your 12-volt outlets and your USB outlets and make sure they're all working. All right, it's charging.
You're going to want to make sure that all of your battery charging systems are working. Now, in this rig, we have 3 ways that we can charge the battery. The first and the easiest to check is from solar, and I can actually do that from my phone here. Now, it's an overcast day, but if I look at my solar charge controller through my handy-dandy Bluetooth app, I can see that even though it's overcast, we're still pulling in about 120 watts. So solar is working okay. That's number one. The second way we can charge is from the vehicle's alternator. So I'm going to turn on the vehicle and we'll wait and see if it charges the battery. Okay. So I started up the vehicle and I've pulled up the battery on my battery monitor app, and I can see here that as I'm hearing the alternator kick in, we are now charging with a current of about 24 amps per battery, and I've got 5 batteries, so we're somewhere up around 120 to 125 amps of charging from the alternator. So that one's working okay. And the last way we charge is from shore power. So I'm going to plug into shore power, and we're going to make sure that the batteries are still charging. Okay, so my surge protector has let go, and we are now charging with shore power to the tune of about 27 amps per battery. So that's like around 130 amps worth of charge we're getting from shore power. So all of my charging sources are working.
If your RV has water filters, and this is ours here, this is a drinking water filter, or if you use this kind of water filter on your hose when you fill your tanks, this is a good time to replace the cartridges so you can ensure that you have healthy and safe drinking water all season long.
Now let's turn our attention to your RV's propane system, if you have one, and we do. First thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to check your tanks or cylinders, make sure they're in good repair, make sure everything is locked down tight. If anything looks in the least suspicious or damaged, this is not an area where you want to mess around. So take it to a professional and have it serviced or replaced. For us, our tanks look good, they're intact, they're pretty new, so we're good there. Next thing you're going to want to do is to check for leaks. And this is really easy to do with, I've got this special leak locator solution, but really it's nothing more than soapy water. You can just spray soapy water. And so you're going to want to check, and here I'll just check here near the regulator. You want to spread this on there, and then really you're just looking for bubbles. And if you see any bubbles, you know you've got a leak. And in this case, I don't. We're good to go.
Moving on to safety checks. So with your fire extinguisher, first make sure you have one, and then you want to make sure that it's fully charged, and there's a dial to do that. Make sure it's in the green. The other thing is you might want to check the date on it. Ours was made in 2020. They last about 10 years, and then you want to replace them. So we are good with this one. And while you're at it, you want to replace the batteries in your detectors, and you want to test them. And that goes for your smoke, your propane leak detector, and your carbon monoxide detector. So hit the button. Oh gosh, that's definitely working. Okay, and okay. Yeah, it works. Okay, we got you. Yep, it's working. Great, nice long test. Are you done? Okay, good. I just wanted to show you that on this, come on. All right, I think it's done. Here's a smoke detector we're not using, and I just wanted to point out that there's a date on the back of these. This one was made on October 2020. They last about 5 to 7 years, so make sure you're replacing these pretty regularly, every 5 to 7 years. And yeah, that's it.
Doors, latches, hinges, locks. You don't want to get out to the campsite wherever you're headed and then find you can't get into the compartment where your power cord is or something like that, right? So check all the doors and latches, make sure the latches work, that everything is smooth, everything seals up like it should. Not just the main entry door where you're going to be going in and out, but check your storage compartment doors too. Make sure you can get the keys in, get them locked, unlocked, that the hinges turn, etc. Now is also a really good time to lubricate anything that you find that sticks a little. And we've got these entry steps. And so I'm going to lubricate these. Now I like to use a silicone lubricant. It's dry. It won't pick up as much gunk over time as like a wetter lubricant. And I'm just going to hit these little hinge points with a little silicone lubricant. And we'll be able to get in and out on our trip. Well, there you have it. Now, we just ran through a few of the steps, but really none of them are very hard.
Right, and if you want to see the full checklist, it's in the March issue of RV Magazine. You can get this either in a print subscription or a digital online subscription.
And speaking of subscription, if you use our discount code, you'll get 25% off a subscription to RV Magazine. Now, I'll put links to that in both in the YouTube description down below the video and in the post on our website that goes along with this video. So that's going to do it for us.
Oh, wait. This checklist says the last step is to thoroughly clean and wash your RV.
What?
So, hey, here, I've got the keys right here. Here you go, buddy. You can take it to the car wash. Bye.
Can't I just wait until it rains? So what we're going to do here is we're going to run through some of the steps right now on camera so you can see that it's not really all that hard. It doesn't have to take that long. Are you ready to get going?
Yes. That's not on there. I'll do better. I was trying to think about, I was all the way back up to ski.